Alright, we're doing Peasant King. God damn it, I have 39 food. My masterful strategy was to go into like the first challenge or second challenge. I don't know, you can see what it is. It's the High Priestess one. Because you start off with like 25 food and then you can give yourself 5 more food, and then I put every single encounter card as being a thing that can give you food, and I have 39. This has to be enough, right? This has to be enough. This has to be enough. 27. Yes, give. Estrella hands over a pouch of heavy with gold as additional payment. The Peasant King bows. I confess there is little else I can do for these people. He suddenly becomes very serious. I will scrounge and blackmail what food I can, but without their homes and farms, there will not be enough to keep everyone alive by winter. This is a generous gift, but even if you were to bring me tenfold the amount of food, it is a lost cause. Estrella gasps. Is there no family, no neighboring town that could welcome them? I know Borum, the tavern owner, has family in the city, but he is one of the few. The Peasant King reclines on his bone pile. So it goes. Firewater could never stand against the will of the Emperor. No! Estrella punches the palm of her hand in defiance. Enough. The people will not starve because they are not going to leave their homes. She bows to the Peasant King and turns to leave, grim determination on her face. They have all but ignored my messages regarding this matter. There is only one thing for it. We must fight.
Well done.
But how? The Peasant King chuckles. You are but 2 warriors and the Empire cannot be stopped. Yes, it may be suicide. Estrella places a practiced hand on her pistol and grins. The odds are stacked against us. I cannot use my allies in the Empire, but I have garnered some underground contacts in my time. Come, we're going to visit a special friend of mine. And forfeit. Because that's the only reason I'm here. You really have to like subvert the entire way the game works in order to make progress in some of these things. Like, I make a specialized run just for getting the one thing done, and only that one thing, and everything in the deck is specialized around doing that one thing, and then I play through a scenario whose story is irrelevant to what I'm doing, also I can quit the scenario once I do the thing, and I'm like, I don't like this part of the game. I don't think in any way this complements the game or makes it better to have to do this kind of stuff, but how else do you make progress at some point with some of these things? Because throwing away 27 food in a run where you're actually gonna beat like the devil or something like that is like suicide. Unfortunately, now I have no idea what the scenario is, so I guess I'll just hop right back in, and then I play a full scenario just to get to her card once, or just to learn what's most likely going to be an explanation of why I can't do it because I have to prepare something else. Then I'll try again after I know what I have to bring to be prepared for it, and alright, there's literally 1 tile left in the entire map, so it's gotta be the next one. Yep.
And now let us see how queens are made, and how they fall.
Estrella's unusual contact. If we are to defend Firewater from the Empire, we will need help. Estrella leads you through town until you reach the cellar door of an abandoned farmhouse. My contact is of the Silt Ears. Long thought lost. Estrella pulls aside the heavy cellar door and waves you in. I really wish you could do all your companions' quests at the same time. Like, just put all of them in your deck, so you can just get a bunch of progress. Like, just don't deal with the part where it has to be your current companion. Just, like, sub them in for the scenario or something, I don't know. You follow Estrella through the damp corridors that burrow deep into the earth. Through here, she says, and watch your step. Whoa. Are we doing a trap scenario? Oh, yeah, we are. Why does everyone have the same traps in this universe? Seems like they wouldn't be very effective traps if everyone used the same traps all the time. Who's even making this shit? Look at that, there's a fucking flame gargoyle. Isn't that expensive? Who's fueling the flame gargoyle? I get bear traps, that makes sense, but like, who's powering all this shit? Oh shit. Like, this stuff's moving constantly, and like, there's flame gargoyles and spinning. How does that thing keep rolling, going, swinging back and forth all the time? Is somebody pulling on the, like, the rope chain to make it keep going? Is that a thing? Also, I am not really prepped for fighting Empire. I didn't really set it up very much. I'm mostly just wearing some crap that is supposed to help me. It's basically the stuff from the previous food run. But maybe this challenge will be the entire thing, so maybe it won't matter anyway. You know what? Fuck it. I don't need that money. It's not worth it. I'm about to forfeit anyway, and I actually have a lot of money. Unless they freaking ask me for like 100 gold, then I'm gonna be in some trouble. It weirds me out a little bit that every different scenario in the universe uses the same trap dungeon. I'm like, huh, really? Everyone. The weird ruins, the goblin people, Estrella's contact. Estrella smiles. She doesn't enjoy visitors, usually. The Empire have been after her for years. Estrella opens the door to a dimly lit cavern. A giant humanoid rat sits on a pile of rags, a tattered hood casts its face in shadows. Immense and grizzled, the rat's long snout is gray with age. You find your way past the cellar door of an abandoned farmhouse into the cavern hideaway of the last Siltier. It bears sharp teeth and rasps. Who goes? What goes? Elder Queen, it is Estrella of Farwater. Your companion steps forward and bows. It has been many years since we last spoke, but I seek your help. A great army marches to take this town. The rat's milky eyes blink for a while before her ancient head nods. It taps a claw at a box of artifacts, some old and rusted, others shining and new. Then it draws a symbol in the dust and raises one finger. Fuck. You have to have the Empire's Burden artifact on you? Alright, time to redo an entire run where I get that. Let's do the dialogue, I guess. Ask about the Siltiers. The Siltier hisses, no, none left, only rat left. Estrella frowns with guilt. Long before either of us were born, the Siltiers were a significant presence in this land. Then, I believe, a past emperor decreed that they must be purged. Ask Estrella how she came by such an unusual contact. When I was a child, I stumbled upon this underground maze and the Elder Queen quite by accident. This was, of course, long before I was even a soldier, before the propaganda campaigns declaring the Siltiers monstrous vermin to be eradicated. Estrella shakes the bad thoughts from her head and gazes sadly at the ancient rat. She saved my sister and me from an underground worm once. She was quite the fearsome fighter back then. I suppose she's getting quite long in the tooth now. She must be at least 300 years old. Ask if the Elder Queen is really is royalty. Estrella shrugs. This was all before my time, so I can't be sure. When I was a child, when she was less old, she referred to herself as Elder Queen. Now she just calls herself Rat. The Empire doesn't have much official interest in their history. From what I've heard, the Siltiers did have royalty, kings and queens and princes. Leave. The old rat's white eyes stare unblinking as you exit. You have to do like a 20-minute plus playthrough just to find out what you need and then start over and then come back, hopefully with the item, and then hope the RNG lets you get the item in time, just so you can then replay again and oh, quest chains. I do wish I could multitask by having all of the companion quest chains going on at once. Because I have to set out for just one token, and I know I won't get it because I don't know what the requirement is. So it takes 2 runs per token.
We're back. Got Empire's Burden, goddammit. You can't take this from me.
Oh, I have to replay the... That's annoying. I don't want to replay the freaking room. No. I'm tired of this. Just because there's so little content to this thing in particular, this feature, that like, it's so repetitive. Bazoom. Owie. What do you mean I'm just holding A like a lunatic? No, this is next level gameplay. You don't understand how pro I am is the actual problem. Ow. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm just sprinting in a straight line. Make me replay it. Yeah, maybe she could have warned me in advance that I needed that one, that trinket before I went to the death dungeon. I guess she just doesn't value my time and my life very much. Give your empire's burden artifact. Yeah. You place the artifact in the Siltrier's feet. The rat paws at it before pushing it into a box at her side. Estrella bows again. The Siltrier doesn't appear to notice, and exits the cave. It will take some days for her to craft the upgrade.
A gift for a gift. A respectful way to deal with the last of the Queens of Plague. I miss them. My original cohort. Yet their time has passed. It will not come again.
Meanwhile, we should head west. Captain Belmar is leading a scouting party there. He is an old ally and a good friend. He may be convinced to help defend Farwater. And quit. Give me that token. Ching, Empire Captain Belmar. Hopefully I can just beat it on my first try. Empire Captain Belmar. I accidentally clicked, so I think I lost a page of text. Oh well. It'll be a hard sell, but he will do what is just, that I know. A bearded man with a bright smile waves as you approach. Belmar. Estrella embraces the man, two old friends. I will waste no time, I'm here to... Estrella stops in her tracks. Belmar's troops have captured an ogre. The creature struggles against its chains as the soldiers taunt it with their weapons. What is the meaning of this? Stand down! Estrella strides forward and Belmar's soldiers brandish their swords at her. Usual business, Belmar chuckles. I've been assigned to sweep this forest of any undesirables, such as this ogre, or northerners. Belmar draws his polished sword and pokes at the ogre, drawing some blood. Belmar! Estrella's face remains stern, but her voice shakes as she challenges her old friend. Think about what you're doing. The land is filthy, Fior. Captain Belmar frowns. The Empire wills it. I will end this creature's abominable life, and we can put all this behind us. Estrella glances from the chained ogre to Captain Belmar, her old friend and ally. I won't let you do this. Well, shit. Heroic sacrifice your ally to get rid of some of the enemies. Kind of useful. Getting rid of the captain would be kind of nice, but I'm relatively equipped to handle this, and I would hate to have the scenario fail because she's exhausted or something. Because she has to be here for the scenario to work, and I don't know if you can break that. Also, she's a decent distraction, all things considered. I think I have... Do I have the anti-Empire daggers right now? I filled my deck with anti-Empire equipment, but I don't remember which ones I have. But I think I drew every single card at once. But I don't know if I have the fame for half the items. Captain Belmar, Estrella's old friend and fellow Imperial Captain, Belmar commands respect. Nope, I got the questing mace. Ah. Ow. No, I was trying to hit him. There we go. Ah. Leader's down. Wanna try again? No? Oh, Jesus. What weird vacation am I going on with that attack? Come here. I need to figure out where to take the questing mace next. I'm supposed to fight skeletons, and I'm like, skeletons? What mission do I fight tons of skeletons in? Especially enough for the questing mace in one run. I feel like every time I did a skeleton run, they were super rare and almost avoidable and like hard to find and stuff. You are unclear who landed the final blow. Estrella lays the soldiers' bodies out, side by side with their swords on their chests, then lights a signal fire. The ogre watches Estrella carefully as she removes his bindings. Her eyes are wet, but her face is set in grim determination. Freed, the ogre hefts his discarded club over one shoulder in preparation for a mighty overhead blow. Then thinks better of it. Thou hast saved me from the maw of death, a boon I owe upon you. Estrella and the great ogre exchange a bow. I ask you to fight in the battle for Far Water. We plan to defend it against the Empire.
A strange set you have put together. I hope it suffices.
Against the Empire? The ogre grins menacingly, teeth jutting at all angles. Thou ask of me what I would most enjoy. We've got an ogre on our team. I quit. It's such a sad, negative sound and screen for what is my reward every time I celebrate my success. The battle for Far Water. Oh, it's time. I think I probably just need to deck myself out with Empire gear and just do a fight, right? And just hope that I'm ready. Sure. Here we are, and I come equipped with Lion's Heart. And not really much else. Frontier Barber, Protector of the... Main thing though is I've got Lionheart full charge, so that'll probably help if this is just a real fight and not a series of gambits or something, or maybe I'll find out you can't do this because you don't have this item. Fuck you. The battle for Far Water. As the sun sets, you meet with Estrella in town. The Empire draws close. Tonight we move against the approaching army. You return to the Elder Queen once more. The last queen of the Siltiers presses something into your hands. May rivers fill with blood, she hisses. Empire's Ruin. Cause 10 damage and slow to all enemies when activated. Empire receives 50 damage and slow lasts longer. Oh, that's pretty good. But Lionheart's also pretty good. Because it's really good. It's 150 health. But that's 250 damage to Empire, right? I should probably use it. It's part of the story. In a small square by the abandoned town hall, Estrella addresses the people of Farwater. By the way, that means that I have Empires at Burden, Empire's Ruin, and Lionheart on my character at the same time. It's too bad I can't equip more than one, or switch between them. I guess if there's multiple fights, I can. Estrella addresses the people of Farwater. Her news is grim. If their defense fails, they will have little choice but to abandon the town. The residents mutter nervously as she continues. Prepare provisions and your animals. Should we not return, you will have only days to take what you can carry and leave. The peasant king, his leather cap decorated with a somber black feather, wishes you luck in the battle. Behind him stands a small group of farmers armed with pitchforks and rusty guns. They would like to fight with you. Only, wow, 2 whole people want to help. Wait, what? Oh, I thought there was a 7 on the bottom, but it's the 2 upside down with a line. There's a crease perfectly in the 2 to make it look like it's not a 2 anymore. He presses his hand into your forehead, and all at once becomes very solemn. May the rivers of Far Water call you home safe by harvest. Long shot. Yay, if you do dice gambits, you get equipment cards, but I think I have the equipment cards in this deck, and also I already have, I actually used long shot already. Huh. I guess it goes back into the deck, yeah. Finally, you rendezvous with Malaya the Ogre outside of town. The Far Water farmers are surprisingly calm at the sight of the towering monster. They may be numb from the nerves. The ogre observes a Far Water peasant clutching a pitchfork and shakes his great, gruesome head. Doth thy battalia wish a swift death? With all preparations done, Captain Estrella Fiore turns to you. Are you ready to take on the incoming Empire army? Weep in terror. No, say you are. Estrella nods. You are a worthy soldier. Do not let that leave you. No matter how high you climb in this life, courage in the face of doom is what counts. Always keep the heart of a soldier. Now ready yourself. We may not make it out of this alive. Estrella leads your ragtag band to the bank of a great river. Captain Mournholt heads the legion. He plans to march on far water at dawn. If we can reach him before then, the town may be saved. So we're gonna face an army with an ogre, 2 soldiers, and 2 farmers. We did it. How many of them are there? How many of them are there? Get to Night Mournhold before the timer is up. Wait, what? Wait, is it gonna be added to the map or something? What timer? You run into a squad of Empire soldiers, perhaps a scouting group from the main army. Will you use the peasants in this fight? I can only use it once. We'll use it against the bad enemies, not just some generic soldiers. I can also use that only once. Oh, oh no. So I have to, okay. So there's a time limit of like the rounds I'm gonna go through, huh? That's what you mean. There's gonna be a time limit in the fight. All the more reason to bring the Empire's Ruin with me. I need to do some serious damage to them and just start wailing away. Oh no. This might take a lot of attempts if it's hard. 4 minutes.
On my mark.
Oh. Looks like they have about 100 health each. Science. I guess that's one way to end it fast. Might be a little wasteful though. I don't know how many rounds there are. Shit. With the soldiers dispatched, Estrella leads you deeper into the forest. Further in, you encounter a scouting party of Empire soldiers. Foreign musket. Calling the peasants, I guess? What? I mean, they're not going to be useful. I don't know how many rounds there are. Oh. Sacrifice Witch Companion. It doesn't specify that I can get rid of the peasants, because I would totally throw the peasants away to get rid of the 4 of steel if I could, but it seems like it would just get rid of Estrella, and that'd be bad, because then she'd be gone for like the next 3 tiles, which would be the entire scenario. I would totally get rid of the 2 peasants to get rid of a pack of enemies. That's better, that's more effective than they'll ever be in the fight. Yeah. I pressed Y to counter the other guy's attack, and then I couldn't animation cancel in time to deal with the other guy's red. That's a little frustrating. Come on, there we go. Using Empire's Ruin once per fight seems to be a good idea, just to make the whole fight considerably shorter. Because if there's like 6 enemies, then that's like 12 attacks that I don't have to do. With soldiers dispatched, Estrella leads you deeper into the forest. You find a small camp of Empire soldiers settling down for their evening meal. They drop their stuffed apples as you burst through the foliage. You prepare for the fight. You have used your peasant ally card. We'll use the ogre. This isn't the fight, right? It's just a phalanx and a captain. I think it just is a captain. I want to use the ogre against the actual big bad. We shall see. Yeah, it's just a generic dude. I bring you pain, the kind you can't suffer quietly. Please die. No, I didn't mean to press that, damn it. I meant to use Estrella's thing, but I mixed up the bumpers. Shit. No, well, there goes the Empire's burden. Empire's whatever. Ah. That, I clearly would have wanted that for the final fight. I've made a mistake. I should have equipped something else, actually, because I should have switched to you. Empire's Burden. And used... oh, whatever, I'll use that now. With the soldiers dispatched, Estrella leads you deeper into the forest. Steel General? Here, she stops at the side of the camp, flying Empire colors. We've reached the Imperial Command Center. Night Mournhold is here. Never mind. That might be dangerous. We're going to Lionheart so that I can just wail away like a lunatic and then just heal away the danger if I get into trouble. That's the night, I guess. A figure resplendent in heavy armor pushes through the soldiers. He is taken aback by the sight of Estrella. Well, it seems I've lost a bet. I wager you'd had died in that debacle in the old city. Knight Mournhold smirks. You have fallen far, Fior. Do you really think this whelp, he gestures to you, knows what's best for this land? We need unity. We need strength. Rabble like this seeks to tear us apart. They say as the people that keep wiping everybody out. Estrella's confidence falters as she stares at the Empire banners, the banners that she used to fight for. I do not want to kill you, Mournhold. I do not want to kill these soldiers here, but if you do not stand down, I will kill you all. The soldiers arrayed behind Knight Mournhold grip their weapons and glance nervously about. The Emperor wants unity at the cost of those unlucky enough to be born in the way of his progress. Estrella draws her sword and pistol, and if he will not stop, I will kill him too. You prepare for fight. Colin Malay the Ogre, obviously. Big fight time. Let's continue. This is it, right? And I've got a big healer, so I can just wail away like a jackass and take damage, and I can heal for 150 health, so I should be good. Empire Burden would have been good too for AoE damage. Or not. Only 4 enemies? Really? Her story's climaxing in a 4-enemy fight. Admittedly, 2 enemies have health bars because they're super enemies. Knight Mournhold, leading the march on far water. Well, I got an ogre. Ow. Must get that guy. Oh, there's not even a time limit, so I'm totally good. Ow, I thought I got that. Woo! Double dodge. Dodge both things at once. Ow, that was a bad dodge. I thought I was going to be out of the way of his attack, but then he just turned to get me. Finisher. Not a finisher, but you know what I mean. The assassin's blades, yay, I drew them just in time. Oh no, I got the fame just in time to fight them, didn't I? Even though it's over. Yeah, because I got 12 fame. With Knight Mournhold dealt with, he can no longer send the word to march on Farwater. The village will be safe for now. Estrella wipes the blood from her sword, the faded Empire tattoo on her arm flexing with each swift movement. This is high treason. From here on, I am no Empire captain, not even an Empire soldier. Ask what will become of Farwater. The Empire's armies are vast as the ocean. They will come again for this stronghold, but Farwater will be safe for a time. They will only be truly safe when the Empire ends its war on the north. Ask what will become of her. Most of the Empire rabble do not know my face, so I will be safe by and large. Once word of this gets out, any soldiers that recognize me would be ordered to kill me on sight. Ha! Let them know. Let them know that Captain Estrella Fior stands against the Emperor. I am not a young woman anymore. The world is a darker place than I once thought. I have become complacent. You return to Farwater, Estrella deep in thought. At last, she speaks. I misspent my youth fighting for the glory of a cold and uncaring empire. I will spend the rest of my days fighting to dismantle it, no matter how doomed that endeavor may be.
Nicely done.
And forfeit. Bomb. This sounds like it's over, but I kind of thought it would end in a brimstone card. Let's see if we unlock the platinum her. That looks like we did. Estrella's unusual contact. Ooh, that must give you the ability to get the Emperor's Ruin again. Empire's Ruin. The Rebel. For defending Farwater against an army. There we go. I think that took like 2 or 3 hours, I think. But I did it. I have 2 platinum companions. Blunderbuss. Estrella's pistol attacks cause even more damage. I think that's the change. She might have gotten a faster cooldown too or something, I don't know. This one was really obvious because it makes, yeah. The change was overcharged, which is that magic shield does more damage. I think Blunderbuss was the only change then. So like a fourth thing is added to the bottom. Yep, because they have 3. Well, alrighty then. Gotta make up my mind whether I want to do somebody else next or if I want to try a scenario.